opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had to work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go.
Let's go, by God. Let's go.
We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, no, this one is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Throwback Thursday, and it is Black History Month. And today, for Black History, I'm representing Winston-Salem State University, WSSU in the house. Founded back in 1892, 129 years old. They got a big birthday coming up next year over there at Winston-Salem State. They are located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They've got 4,741 undergraduate students, 449 postgraduate students, for a total of 5,190 students. Academic staff, 400. Administrative staff, 800. Chancellor, Elwood Robinson. And they got a nice endowment over there, $49.8 million as of last year. They are a member of the NCAA Division II, CIAA. They are known as the Rams. Yeah. Winston-Salem State. Let's talk about notable alumni. Dr. Charlie Brady Hauser was the former North Carolina State legislator and General Assembly back in 1983 to 84. He is the originator of the CIAA 1.6 rule prediction table in 1969. Ted Blunt is a retired elected official, educator, and former athlete, and he served as the former president of the City Council of Wilmington, Delaware. Cleo Hill, former professional basketball player who was selected by the St. Louis Hawks in the first round back in 1961. Earl the Pearl Monroe, you know that one. Former NBA guard and a member of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Let's see. Timmy Newsome, former football fullback in the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys. Remember him? Let me see. Who else? Stephen A. Smith. You know that name from ESPN First Take. Yancey Thigpen played with the Pittsburgh Steelers, went to Winston-Salem State. Yeah, man, quite a few. Here we go. I got one. How many of you knew that the Honorable, you ready? Louis Farrakhan went to Winston-Salem State. Winston-Salem State. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Great legacy over there with the Rams at Winston-Salem State. In fact, when I look at my my power rankings for HBCUs, when I look at the power rankings for the HBCUs, where do I got Winston-Salem State? Where are they? They're at number 10. They're at number 10 in the power rankings heading into the spring season. There are a number of schools, though, that are deciding that they're not going to play. Still got too much COVID going on. I got nothing but respect for them. So, yeah, definitely going to be talking about that and other things. Got to talk about this national anthem thing with the Dallas Mavericks. Yesterday, I asked y'all if it was a big deal or not. Most of y'all said nah. Well, the NBA decided it was a big deal. The state of Texas decided it was a big deal. We'll talk about that. Get it lined up, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Want to talk to you on Throwback Thursday here on the lunch break. It's Black History Month. You can get your African fashions at my favorite store, African Imports. They got masks as low as $4.99, dashikis for kids, $14.99 and up, dashikis for adults, $29.99 and up. And ladies, you can get those beautiful African dresses for $39.99 and up for your upcoming Black History Month program with your organization, your sorority, your fraternity, your school, or even your virtual church by stopping by African Imports in the Greenspoint Mall. Tell them you heard it with AJ on KYOK. You'll get 10% off your purchase. 281-875-0056. 281-875-0056. African Imports.
Dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having a bout of sports during lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, and I'm wrong for this one right here. I'm wrong for this. Yeah. The whole country is about to freeze over. The whole country is about to be cold, and I'm over here playing Summertime by Will Smith and them. All right, so let me stop the music. Let me stop doing that. Somebody shoot me a message today. How cold is it where you are right now? We're about to get chilly down here in Houston, and Willie Gibson, don't at me. It's about to get cold down here. We're talking about 16, 20. We're talking about that. In fact, what is it right now in Houston? I'll go first. In Houston right now in Houston, it's 39. It's 39 in Houston right now. It's normally something else. It's normally hotter than that. Whole country is cold right now. Like, where you at? California, what's it up cold? Where you at? Florida, what's happening up cold? Whole country is cold right now. Shoot me your temp right now. You can post it on social media. You can call me 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. You can text me 832-403-5005 or email me aj@kyoksports.com. What's the temp where you are right now? What's the temp where you are right now? Hey, Monica, Morris, Howard, Keith Hennig, what's up? What's up? Thank y'all for the dog pics yesterday. That really made my day. You have no idea how those dog pics lit me up. Especially, we had a big dog thread. We had a big dog thread yesterday. I think, you know what? I had to come to the realization. I got a realization. I got about 1,450 followers on Twitter. Not a big following. I'll never get a check mark behind my name with that. But out of that 1,450 or 1,460, whatever it is, I maybe have 10 friends. Maybe have 10 friends. I'm saying that I'm going somewhere. So I want to do a big dog thread on Twitter. Send me a picture of your big dog. Just want to brighten somebody's day. I just don't think my 1,450, 1,460 is going to respond. I think they're going to think I'm looking for Twitter cred when in all actuality, I just want to see a bunch of big dogs. I'm a big dog lover. Me and Monica were talking about that yesterday. I love big dogs. But what's that song? I love big dogs and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. I'm telling you, I like big dogs. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't hate me. If you got a Schnauzer, a Peekapoo, Pomeranian, what's a little wiener dog, Dachshund? If you got a little dog, I ain't mad at you. I just prefer big dog. There's a double standard out there. Look, I'm going to go into this. Normally, I save this kind of stuff for Friday. Monica, you might be able to relate with me. There's a double standard out there. When men say they don't like something, it's the end of the world. Oh, you're just being judgmental. You're size shaming little dogs. You're just intolerant. You're old. You're set in your ways. But if a woman says she doesn't like big dogs or short men, it's like, hey, she likes what she likes. Why is it that men got to get crucified for their preferences and they're being intolerable, judgmental, dog shaming. But if a lady says, "Oh, I only like big dogs," it's like, "Oh yeah, she likes what she likes. Let her have her way." I need somebody to talk to me about that. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. Monica, help me with that. Why is it that men, yeah, I'm going there today. Why is it that men can't have a preference and women can? I'll even go deeper. If a man decides he doesn't want to date a woman and she gets upset about it, it's, "Oh, what did you do to her?" I didn't do nothing to her. I just told her I didn't want to date her. But let a woman decide she didn't want to date a man. It's like, "Yo, bruh, she don't got to date you. What's your problem?" It's a double standard. I don't like it. I like big dogs. I want to do a big dog thread on Twitter. I do. Who's with me? If I start a big dog thread on Twitter, will you follow? Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Andre, hi. Please have several things. You're talking about double standards? Give us one. I mean, let us have at least one double standard. This is a man's world. All the double standards are for men. We can have at least one. Give us that for this February, almost Valentine's Day. Be a sweetheart.
Oh my gosh. You just stepped on another landmine. So is February 14th only about y'all? Oh my gosh.
You have 364 other days of the year. It's a man's world. Come here, give us something.
I can't, your phone is breaking up. I can't hear, and I'm telling a lie. Your phone is breaking up. I can't hear nothing you saying.
Can you hear me now?
I could hear you clearly before that. I just had to come up with an excuse. I had to come up with an excuse to wiggle out of you coming for me so hard. Y'all don't, listen, it is a man's world in letters only. The women run the world. When y'all are happy, every man in the world, most of the men in the world are happy.
And it should be, because we have to go through periods, childbirth. We have to.
Not our fault.
Put up with.
It's not our fault. Y'all shouldn't have ate that apple. Not our fault.
We ate the apple because y'all wanted us to, so y'all could get some.
Oh no! I gotta get you off my phone. Listen, who is this?
What's today? The 12th?
Yeah.
Happy 12th day of
February.
Black History Month.
There you go. All right. Every day is Black History Month. Every Black History Month day is Black History Month.
Absolutely.
I appreciate this call. I might reconsider my thoughts.
Okay, AJ, have a good one. Ferdinand says hello.
Tell Ferd I said hey, and Queen, I submit. I know how to act right.
You have to. When a good woman comes along, you have to. I think I tell my girlfriends, I said, it's, independent women, strong women, especially strong Black women and everything. But I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman being submissive to a man, but it has to be the right man. Not every one of these nuts and fools out here. No. But the right man, and you have to know when it's the right man, and he's not going to expect you to be submissive in a negative way,
Right, I got you. I'm feeling what you're saying. You putting down something, but I just feel like it's a double standard. When a man says, "I don't want to date you," it's, what did you do to her? Did you lead her on? But if a woman decides she don't want to date a man, it's just that's her choice. That's her
Andre.
preference. Yes.
Andre. You might as well just take those several seats, because what you're saying sounds to me like when somebody says to me, "Oh, Black people, they're being racist." A Black person, I'm Black, I can't be racist.
Okay.
So you can't. There's no such thing as us having a double standard when you guys have 99,000 double standards and we have one or two.
We need that one back. I need that one back.
Spoken from a true man. Spoken from a true man.
No, I don't want to be typical. I definitely don't want to be typical.
And if you were 5'2", I would call you a Napoleon.
Oh my gosh! Well, thank God, I'm closer to 6'2" than I am to 5'2".
I know.
I appreciate this call.
I would say you had a Napoleon complex. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. I just got read up and down, frontwards and backwards. I don't even know how to respond to that. If I was a defensive back and she just scored a touchdown on me, I would grab my hamstring and start waving to the sideline. Y'all come get me. I'm hurt. She just got me. I don't delete everything I said, scratch everything I said from the record. I'm a hush. I'm going to take one of those several seats she just invited me to take. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me
Wow.
show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio 1140 AM and the all new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
Baby, I got your money.
Are you looking for a tax company that will get you the maximum credits and deductions? Or a tax company that can get you a same-day loan up to $9,500? Well, Global One Tax Services on 6002 Antoine Drive is the tax company that is dedicated to getting you your maximum refund. Call us for an appointment or for our mobile services. That's right, Global One Tax is now mobile. Now, you don't have to leave your home. Call 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. Get your full return. You deserve it. You've earned it. Global One Tax Services. Get ready. Get set. Go global.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
Yeah, I should have just sat there and ate my food, man. I feel like I'm in timeout. I got nothing. I got like nothing. I don't even know what to say right now. I just, just one of those days where you just gotta, you take that whooping and you just sit down somewhere. So there you go. Do the men still run the world? Like, I must live in a different world. I got daughters that run me left and right. I got granddaughters that run me left and right. I got godchildren, goddaughters that run me left and right. I'm just like, where the men running the world at still? I need to relocate. I need to broadcast live from over there. I mean, I got nothing. Man, she told me. Monica Howard said double standards on both sides beyond dogs. And then she said, I don't agree with Valentine's Day being only about women. I believe it goes through both ways. I don't know. Valentine's Day is 98% about the woman and about 2% of the men out there getting the love they want on Valentine's Day. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
This is Monica.
Monica?
Yes, it is.
I just got...
I had to call in about that double standard. I agree with the sister that just called in. Y'all have so many double standards, men. And it's crazy because I had a conversation with somebody, well, actually a group of people about this, especially when it comes to you talking about relationships, the double standards.
Yeah.
Now, as far as your dog, I don't have a problem. If you like big dogs, that's you. More power to you. But the double standards, I think I have to agree with her 1,000% that men have more double standards than women.
I don't know. Having been a man all my life, I feel like there's a bunch of double standards that y'all aren't aware of. If I am dating someone, and not even dating somebody, I'm just getting to know them, and I decide I don't want to get to know them anymore, it's what did you do to her? Why'd you lead her on? It's like, nah, I just use my free right to decide she ain't it. And if a woman does that, it's like, oh girl, yeah, you dodged the bullet. You gotta let them know early. It's just a double standard. Why is that?
It's not in all cases. I mean, you have to think about it that way. That's why I always think is that I don't sum everybody up into one group. Because I hate when people do it to me.
And then she said the men run the world. Not my world. Not my world. I got them as young as 7 on up. No, I got to tell you, I got them as young as 4 on up telling me what to do on the regular. And you know what I do? I do it.
But here's the thing. It's all a psychological thing. We have to allow men to think they run the world when actuality in the background, we really run the world.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. You just said it right there. That's the inside part that we men don't know y'all are thinking, and you just said it out loud. All y'all are doing.
I'm that woman. I can do that. I don't have a problem with telling you. We have to. It's an ego thing for you all.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I have lived long enough. That movie, A Few Good Men. When he made the commander say, "I called the code red." He didn't know what to do after that. I don't know what to do right now because you just told the truth. All y'all are doing is letting us think we run the world, and the reality is we don't.
I mean, that's the saying, behind every good man is a good woman. But, that's because we have to allow you all to think that you're running it.
Wow.
But when in actuality, we're the ones that's running.
Wow. You are my new Colonel Jessup. You are my new Colonel Jessup. You are her.
There's probably gonna be some women that's mad because I let our secret
out. Don't worry about them. We need to know that. Because watch this. We ain't gonna do nothing different. We still gonna let y'all think. We still gonna let y'all help us feel like we're running the world, even if we don't.
But you just said you have it as young as 4, and guess what you do? You do it.
I do what she tells me to do.
Listen, you want to think in your mind that you're not being ran by a woman, even a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I even mumble under my breath out of her earshot because I don't want her coming back on me. Like, what'd you say? I don't want that. I hate to say it, but she will fight, so I don't want that.
She's learning at a very young age. I applaud her mother.
She little and thick. I don't want that. She got a solid base. I ain't gonna be able to handle her.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Pray for me. Pray for me.
But I just gave you a nugget. I think you owe me for that nugget.
I owe you. What I got? I ain't got nothing but I got some water and a face mask over here today. I
have my own water and face mask. But you owe me.
I'll dig deeper. I'll figure out what I can do because you dropped a nugget on us today. Men, there you go. They just making us think we run the world. They do. That's the truth.
Yeah,
it's been revealed.
This is what it all comes up to.
What are you getting for the phenomenal man in your life for Valentine's Day?
I don't have a phenomenal man.
If you had one, what would you be getting him for Valentine's Day?
Well, now for Valentine's Day, I'm not that woman that thinks that it's a woman's day. Matter of fact, I'm not really big on celebrating Valentine's Day because my birthday is in the month of February. So, my birthday is on the 23rd. So, yeah. But if I had a man in my life, or when I did, when my husband was alive, it would go both ways. He would give for me and I would give for him. I just never have been that woman that think it's a one-way thing on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, see, you're a rare breed. You're a rare breed. I know brothers that's sweating right now, trying to figure out what they can do differently than they did last year and the year before that. Because if they don't produce on February 14th, it's going to go bad.
And you're absolutely right, but I'm not that woman at all. And I'm that woman that's simple. Well, my kids tell me all the time, because I'm simple, they are. But it's hard to buy for you because you don't care.
See, but I think
in a relationship, though,
yeah,
you pay attention, and then you'll know what that person like and don't like. So that's where that comes in at.
You're gonna make me take a bunch of pictures sitting in a Lamborghini so somebody can pay attention.
No, I'm just talking about in a general, just being observant of who you're in a relationship with, and you'll know their likes and their dislikes. So when it comes to time like Valentine's Day or whatever, you know what to give. If that person, so I don't know, you get whatever because you've been observing, the other 364 days of the year, then you'll know on that day. I'm just a woman that, I believe in, just because you.
I do too. That's what I was gonna say.
That's for the man, but for me too. Yeah. I mean, I'm that woman that would give just because.
Yeah, that's it right there. I like those. Those are the ones that you thought about me so much today that you did this just because. Whether you paid for it, you made it, you found it and gave it to me. When you do the just because stuff, baby, I will sit still. All those seats she told me to have, I'll take every one of them. I'll sit down somewhere and be still.
Yes.
Okay.
But enjoy the rest of your show.
Oh, man. Y'all have ruined my day.
We can't run the world, but women really do.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I'm going to get over that. What's the temperature where you are right now?
Let's see. I think it's 39. Well, I'm in Houston with you.
Yeah, but it's colder in some parts of Houston than others.
I'm in Humble. I'm not sure. I think it's like 35, 45, something like that. I'm not sure.
You're a couple of degrees below me. So, yeah, y'all chill out up there in Humble.
Yeah, and then the wind is blowing, so it's probably feel colder than that. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't let nobody try to sneak up on you because they cold.
It's not that easy to get to me.
I know that's right. Monica, thanks for the call. All right.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, y'all. All right, man. That's man, I done learned something today. Throwback Thursday, I have learned something today. Now, Eileen Chapman, she said, you are 100% right. Are you talking about me, Eileen, or are you talking about these ladies that are eating me up today? I feel corrected today. I should have just stuck with my big dog thread and left all that other stuff alone. That's what I get for running my mouth too much. Goodness gracious. All right, let's talk about the national anthem. So Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks had quietly decided to stop playing the national anthem before their home games up in Dallas. And of course, some reporter, broadcast journalist, paid attention and said, hey, the Mavericks ain't playing the national anthem. And then they tried to get a statement from the organization, from Mark Cuban, and they got nada. So what did they do? Hey, the Mavericks ain't playing the national anthem before their home games. No statement from the organization, no statement from Mark Cuban. And then here comes Adam Silver. Adam Silver goes and says, hey, all of the NBA teams have to play the national anthem before their games. All of them. Every one of them. So Mark Cuban released a statement that said, and I quote, ahem. We respect and always have respected the passion people have for the anthem and our country. But we also loudly hear the voices of those who feel that the anthem does not represent them. We feel that their voices need to be respected and heard because they have not been. Going forward, our hope is that people will take the same passion they have for this issue and apply the same amount of energy to listen to those who feel differently from them. Only then can we move forward and have courageous conversations that move this country forward and find what unites us. Listen, learn, unite. I love the statement, by the way. Very well written, very well crafted, very provocative, very profound. Good stuff. Good stuff. And instead of other people saying, let's see what we can come up with here, the Texas state legislature, led by Dan Patrick, don't get me started, quickly whipped up a bill that they feel like they could get passed into a law that requires every major sports organization, team, event, you name it, to have to play the national anthem before their game, their event, what have you, in the state of Texas. Don't even get me started. You can hurry up and whip up a bill for that, but you can't tell people when they're going to get a COVID-19 test or shot. You can't tell people when they're going to get rent relief, unemployment insurance, some kind of forbearance of their student loans that they can't afford to pay. I am just amazed. And please don't get it twisted. I have come to the side where, baby, take your flag, take that anthem, and wrap it around your whole body. Play it on repeat forever. Oh, say, can you see? I mean, the stars, the stripes, the red, the white, and the blue. I get it. Y'all love that song and that cloth more than you love me. I get it. I get it. And it does not mean I don't love this country. I get it. But what I don't understand is how people are so quick to denounce anything and anybody that has a difference of opinion where those two things are concerned. If they don't play the anthems before the NBA games in Dallas, does that mean Dallas has become a communistic state? Does that mean Dallas is like North Korea? No. What's most like North Korea is the people that force the patriotism on everybody else. I got to take a break. I want to hear your comments. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. I want to hear from you. AJ at KYOKsports.com. I just, man, I like what what Cuban said. Have that same energy on other stuff. God, we could tackle every problem in our communities if people had the same energy and swiftness and quickness and determination and fortitude that they have about the anthem and the flag when it comes to homelessness, when it comes to systematic racism, when it comes to police brutality, when it comes to, health insurance for everybody. And if you call me a liberal, I will, I'm not. I'm independent. I'm going to take this break. It's tax season. Global One Tax Service wants to prepare your taxes. They'll come to your home where you can get your taxes prepared. Call Shannon Hinton, 281-377-5565. 281-377-5565. Tell Shannon Hinton you heard it right here on the lunch break. I'll be right back. Come on, let me hear from you. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break.
One more thing.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they are able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
Man, at night I can't sleep. I toss and turn. Visions of that flag and the anthem. I don't get it. I don't get it. And again, I understand the patriotism. You don't have to tell me I have to love this country for me to love it. But you also can't tell me that I can't, criticize some of the worst parts of this country. I have a right to do that. A, I was born here. B, my family's from here. C, I pay my taxes here. D, I've given, all I can to this country. I got a right to say the racist part of it is bad. I got a right to say the fact that we got so many homeless people is bad. I got a right to say that if you can hurry up and run a bill through making us play a song and raise a flag, you can hurry up and run a bill through to get some folks some relief. It's just amazing to me. So just some of the comments. Sports Whisperer said, it's the right move. The national anthem has nothing to do with sports. And then they tagged a article that the Department of Defense paid $53 million of taxpayers' money to pro sports organizations for them to play the national anthem before their games. Remember how everybody came for LeBron James about China when Daryl Morey tweeted that out, and they said he had sold his soul to China, and the NBA was sold to China. So what are we going to say now? The national anthem, the Patriots have been sold to, I'm talking about New England Patriots, the patriotic reverence of the flag has been sold to the Department of Defense. Flag and the anthem is not just about the military. So why do they get to dictate where A, our money is spent, and B, what we have to do because of the flag and the anthem? I'm just asking. This person says, Cuban in a word, worthless. Okay. Moses says, okay, so then how do you accommodate the people who feel the anthem does represent them? At Mark Cuban. John Smith, why do Americans even have the national anthem before domestic sporting events? Only country in the world I can think of where it's normal. We don't even have it for club international competitions like CL or South Americans for Libertadores. I don't know what that is. I think that's some type of soccer. Valid points. SMH24 says, I can't believe this is happening. Sadly, I'm going to have to be done with the NBA after these ruthless actions. I'm taking my fandom to EuroLeague instead. They don't play the anthem before EuroLeague soccer. That doesn't even make sense. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, if we did it like EuroLeague soccer, we probably wouldn't have the issue. Rice says, I find wanting better for your country and fellow countrymen more patriotic than simply performing symbolic rituals. Plus, it's just kind of weird that non-national sports teams would have to play the national anthem before every single game. So the Dallas Mavericks represent who? Dallas. The Houston Rockets represent who? The Rockets of Houston. Why do they have to play the national anthem before the game? Stick a flag on the jersey. Let's go. And I know the other side of the coin is, well, AJ, just like you're saying, why play it? We're saying, why not play it? I agree. Why not play it? I guess my issue is, why force it? Why make it a law? Why does Adam Silver have to force the issue on every organization in the NBA? Well, AJ, N stands for national, B for basketball, A for association. Yeah, just because the name says National Basketball Association, it just means that they got teams in cities all around the country. It doesn't mean that they are representing the country. It's not the Olympic team. That's different. So here's the curious thing. It was just a few months ago in the bubble that the NBA was spray painting the floor with Black Lives Matter. They allowed the players to wear, different slogans and statements and names on the back of their jerseys. They allowed the players to kneel during the national anthem, lock arms, all of that. They did all their social awareness commercials and videos and all that. But now it's a flat out, I don't care if you're trying to listen to people who feel the way that they feel, you better play the national anthem. So in other words, which NBA are we talking about? The one that was open to other thoughts and feelings just a few months ago, or the one that's demanding that it be played now? Vincent Goodwill, who's hilarious, by the way. Vincent is funny, man. That's the guy that got in all that trouble last year about statements made about the Texans that weren't true. He says, year before last, he says, if there was ever any doubt, a single statement from the NBA's league office sealed it. The moment is over. The racial reckoning that opened eyes around the country, buoyed by the nation's most prominent Black Americans, NBA players, have come and gone. Wait a minute, hold on. The nation's most prominent Black Americans are NBA players? Who knew? Wow. That's news to me. I guess Kamala Harris, the first Black woman vice president in the United States of America, comes second to LeBron James in prominence. Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice. What the heck? I love sports like everybody else, but give me a break that our athletes are the most prominent Black people in the. All right, let me read the rest of the article. That one, strike that part from the record. Mark Cuban's subtle but effective act of removing the national anthem before the start of the Dallas Mavericks home games caught the ire of the NBA, which stomped all over Cuban and proclaimed things shall return to the norm with fans returning to arenas soon enough. Who knows the reason for Adam Silver squandering a golden opportunity to suddenly change a single issue that has caused more consternation than joy, wasting a chance to be this change agent he so boldly wants to be known as. Yes, it's Cuban. He's annoying and searches every nook for the cranny of all the rules. Nobody has forgotten Cuban allowed an atmosphere of sexual harassment in the workplace, prompting a 7-month investigation, $10 million fine, and apology tour that makes him flawed in addition to being a rebel. But even rebels have a cause. Wow. I'm at a shock. Again, which NBA are we dealing with here? I'm just trying to figure it out. Just want to know which NBA we're working with. The one that wants Black Lives to Matter, or the one that wants people kneeling down for the national anthem? Just want to know. Just want to know. All right, let me get Sybil Wilkes on here with a COVID update. I'll be taking your questions, comments, statements on this all day long. So 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. Text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
Day of arguments in the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump began with the presentation by lead House manager, Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin. He laid out plans to present facts proving that the attack on the Capitol was not happenstance, but culminated in the months-long planning by Insider-in-Chief Donald Trump. And Representative Stacey Plaskett of the Virgin Islands pointed out how Donald Trump spent months of cultivating his supporters, ultimately leading them to the Capitol. Researchers from Case Western University found that individuals suffering from dementia, specifically African Americans, are at an increased risk of becoming infected with COVID-19. The study revealed that among patients, African Americans had nearly 3 times the risk of being infected with the virus as white patients. Health experts believe increased contact with caregivers, coupled with the symptoms of dementia, may increase patients' risk of contracting COVID-19. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be impacted.
You're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. I'm back over here in this piece. Let me read some of these comments. Rhea said those songs were suitable for a time in history that is now gone. The Republic, 13 states, the Confederacy, slavery, etc. It's a different time, therefore we need a different song. Keith Hennick says, Take Me Out to the Ball Game and play the game. Monica says, if not playing the anthem helps bring unity and peace and avoids controversy, why not eliminate it? Baby, let me just say something. Folks ain't giving up that anthem. Folks ain't giving up that anthem. That anthem, it's got some words in between the words that we don't know nothing about that give folks superpowers or something. You know how they used to say if you spin a record backwards, you get a secret message. There must be a secret message in that anthem that some of us don't know about, because they ain't giving that bad boy up. And no matter how offensive the words are, the lyrics are to some, folks' argument is, well, we don't sing that verse. And I'm a strong believer that, a person doesn't change their belief from one verse of a song to the second verse of a song, but that's just me. That's just me. I just find it interesting that the same league that tried so hard to make it seem like they were woke, just, at the first moment of testing, went right back to the other way. So I'm sure the comment or the statement now is going to be, well, folks can still express themselves during the anthem, but you got to play the anthem. We'll see how this plays out. Let me hit the top of the hour. We'll be right back after this on the lunch break.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, I know we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm calling you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. By God, let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game ain't over at all. In fact, it's just the second hour on the books. First hour on the books, second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK. And the brother joining me right now has got respect for other people, but he'll never apologize. He writes, he produces, he does it his own way. He don't make them mad. Not on purpose. But it happens. He does it on everybody out there in the broadcast journalist arena. It is none other than the man from Houston Roundball Review. It is Kris Gardner. Kris, what it do, baby?
How you doing, brother? And to be honest, sometimes I do try to make folks mad. Angry.
Well, hey,
angry, you know.
It be that way sometimes.
Yeah.
It be that way sometimes.
Indeed.
Kris, before we get started on any of this, man, we got to play the anthem before the games, dog. We got to play the anthem before the game. Gots to.
So much has changed, and no one knew about this until Mark Cuban brought it up. 13 home games in, anthem wasn't played. Nobody knew anything about it. And now these fake tough politicians representing Texas, we're talking about taking away federal funding, public. Okay, whatever. Going to hit the wealthy owners in the pocket when they come requesting those wealthy welfare handouts, because that's what it is when a rich owner tries to purchase arenas or things like that. They got the handouts for those tax breaks. Oh yeah, we're gonna take those away from you now if you don't play the anthem. Give me a break.
Kris, it was just a couple of months ago when we was playing on the courts with Black Lives Matter, and we had all the slogans on our back of our jerseys and patches on our stuff, and we was kneeling down during the anthem, and we was all we kumbaya, and at the first opportunity to back up all that goodwill from back then, this is where we are at the first opportunity. This is what we do.
Well, I don't blame Adam Silver for doing it. It's in the CBA. Play the anthem. Then and officially the players are supposed to stand for it as well. But all the talk about there shouldn't be politics in sports, the very fact that the anthem is played before games makes it politics in sports. That's how you can't get it no more obvious than that. There's no need for the anthem to be played before any games. It's tradition. Okay, whatever. It shouldn't be. Sometimes it seems like it's tradition that people of color get persecuted. That seems to be traditional too in America. Brother, you're gonna get me hot. I'm gonna make some folks angry.
I'm just going back to when the Department of Defense decided that it was going to pay $53 million to professional sports organizations between 2012 and 2015. More than $10 million of that went to the NFL, Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA, and Major League Soccer so that they would play the national anthem before their events. They're using taxpayer dollars to make us stand for the national anthem before we see LeBron and them get it on.
And any other players get it on. MLB, NFL, college, all those other things. Everything. Olympics for what?
I get the Olympics.
I do too. I get the Olympics but even the Olympics has changed because the Olympics. I mean, I'm not sure. We're kind of up there in age, but at one point, it was all about amateurism in the Olympics. That's what the U.S. used to say only was amateurs. Then it started losing to those professionals from overseas.
Right.
Well, maybe you start saying pros to the Olympics. But yeah, playing the anthems, representing your country and all, that's great. It sounds good. But when you represent your country at the Olympics and still come back, when you come back to your country and still treat like a second-class citizen at best, then who's kidding who? Like I said, brother, you can get me hot now. Hey, let's roll with it. Because I used to be young and naive and dumb and think, oh, I love all this and wave that flag. And then the older I got, the more I realized and learned about history, our history, and the disrespect we got then and still get now. No, you can miss with all that fake patriotism and that purchased patriotism.
Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us as always on Thursdays, Throwback Thursday, Black History Month. Kris, why do they play the national anthem at Little League games and high school games? Do they forget what nation they're in Boise, Idaho, or over in Katy, or over down in Pearland? I mean, why we got to have the national anthem at those games?
Politics and sports, man. What they say they don't want to have, then don't play it. Don't play the anthem then. The hypocrisy in this country just continues to be endless.
Yeah. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. I'm appalled at Dan Patrick and that crew in the state legislature. Y'all can hurry up and run a bill through to force these pro teams to play the anthem before their games, but you can't hurry up and run some COVID relief and some unemployment insurance relief, some scholarship forbearance.
You can hurry up and make Mark Cuban, try to hold him accountable, but you can't hold the grifter accountable.
Well,
and that's what I call him, the grifter. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All this fake, people, please. Dan Patrick used to work here in Houston on KYOK and became a caricature when he got a radio show and then became a clown politician. Whatever.
Yeah. Kris
Here
Gardner.
I am.
Yeah,
Yes, say my name again.
yeah,
Kris
yeah.
Gardner, Houston Roundball Review.
I'm glad you on, brother. I'm really glad you on. The Rockets got to try to end a 3-game losing streak tonight, and they're going to host the Miami Heat at 6:30. It's not a back-to-back game, so should we see Oladipo and Wall and the other guys minus Christian Wood, or
Yes.
what are we going to see tonight?
Even though John Wall is listed as probable on the 12:30 injury report with a sprained left ankle, he should play. So John, Vic, Eric Gordon, that backcourt trio should be good to go for the Heat. The Heat's on a 3-game winning streak, so something's got to happen tonight. Losing streak on one end, winning streak on the other. Something's got to give.
Yeah. I hope the give is on their side and not the Rockets' side. I guess we got pretty excited on that, 6-game win streak?
6 games. It was fun. It kind of hid some realities. John Wall said after the blowout Tuesday loss that 6-game winning streak, the players kind of drunk some of that water and got full of themselves and forgot to be who they are. A gritty, grimy defensive team, defense first. That's who they are. Hit people in the mouth first. Be the aggressors. Attack from the beginning. The last 2 games, give them a 119, 130. Rockets can't win like that. They don't have that kind of firepower, especially without Christian Wood.
Let's talk about that when we get back. I called your name several times yesterday about how New Orleans just manhandled them in the paint, especially. We'll do that next. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. We'll be right back with him after this break. Segment brought to you by the Tax Doctor and Lily. And don't forget, African Imports is a place for all of your Black history attire. Call my brother Opie over at the African Imports in Greenspoint Mall, 281-875-0056. That's 281-875-0056. Tell them you heard it with AJ on KYOK. You'll get 10% off your purchases at African Imports, bringing us this segment of The Lunch Break. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. I'm AJ Jones. It's Black History Month. It's Throwback Thursday. I got Kris Gardner from Houston Roundball Review. We're talking about them Houston Rockets, and, man, it was ugly the other night. 130 to 101. They had gotten within 10 of New Orleans late in that game. And New Orleans just bullied them from that point on in the paint, wouldn't let the Rockets themselves get in the paint. I mean, I haven't seen a team impose their will on the Rockets as much as I saw that night. What did you see, and what am I missing?
And see, and what they did was, that's how you handle short ball. Okay, short ball. Small ball, Zion Williamson is 6'7", but he's 280. So he's shorter than your quote-unquote typical power forward who's 6'9", 6'10". But he is stronger than PJ, stronger than Jayshawn Tate. You maximize those advantages against the Rockets, you see some of the flaws with short ball. You take out Christian Wood, Boogie Cousins is the only player on the roster, correct me if I'm wrong, on the roster, taller than 6'9", taller than 6'9". Boogie 6'10", C Wood 6'10", 6'11". That's it.
Yeah.
You know, when the short ball is successful, it's because they hustle, they get after it, they dive on the floor, they are physical as much as they can be against teams. But if those teams have taller guys, taller skill guys who also play physical, then you see the limitations of short ball. Rebounding is going to be a problem with short ball. Josh Hart, 17 rebounds. Off the bench.
Yeah.
That's a guard.
Yep.
That's on the Rockets.
Yeah.
PT said it after the game. That's on them. You let a guard dominate you on the board like that. That's a you problem, brother. That's a you problem.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I got to tell you, I caught the part where Willie Hernan Gomez was just dominating. I was like a little league coach, like, hey, check his birth certificate. He bigger than all the other kids. He was just unstoppable. Even when they had guys around him in the paint, he was able to fling them off and like raise up and dunk it. They made this dude look like a highlight reel.
And Willie Hernan Gomez proves what I've said for years. If you have a skilled, tall, big man with low post skills, I want him to get the ball as close to the bucket as possible. I don't care about these analytics.
Yeah.
If I have an advantage with a taller player to take shots closer to the bucket, that's where I'm going all day long.
Yeah.
I don't want to see skilled big men stand up by the three-point line all day long because 3 is more than 2.
Yeah.
And you're happy with him making 30, 35% of his 3s, whereas he could make 6% of his 2s when he's in the paint. Skilled big men will beat skilled shorter men and women.
Yep.
It's a basketball thing.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer. But we have allowed 3s more than 2 analytics to take away the low post game. You tell me Shaq couldn't dominate in today's NBA? Come on. Who's gonna stop Shaq? Well, but it's a low post shot. You know, his jump hook it's not efficient. Really? When did this nonsense come about? And the stuff about Kevin Garnett saying he's not sure that his generation could play in today's league. I take it the other way. Today's guys are too soft. They're too soft. Yeah. They couldn't stop. Yeah. Who's gonna stop these? Come on, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's be real. I will forever put those bad boys from Detroit up against anybody in this finesse league right now. And bro, they will experience exactly what Michael Jordan experienced before he got Scotty now.
Yeah, and John Wall says it. He's been in the league 11 years now. When he was first in the league, he had to go against teams with tall, skilled big men, physical big men. The paint was closed.
Yeah.
When he first got in the league. Now, no hand checking, just stroll on through the lane like it's anything. If you got handles and you can finish at the rim, you're gonna love today's NBA.
Yeah.
There's no physicality allowed in the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
Teams are now sagging. You can sag off. If you can't shoot from the outside, you're gonna struggle. You're really gonna struggle. But if you can't get to the rim in today's NBA with no hand checking and no really very limited physical contact, you're not gonna survive in this.
Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us here on the show. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me, 832-403-5005. You sent me a very nice interview with Eric Gordon about how he can play really just any style of ball. I like that because I see that in him. I see that difference in him this year, but he can't do it by himself. He's got to have some help. But what are you seeing differently in Eric Gordon this year that is sustainable, if you will?
And EG said it almost any chance he gets the opportunity. The offense, Stephen Silas is allowing him to maximize what he does best. Create off the dribble, create for his teammates, shoot when he's open, drive to the basket. The previous regime, Eric stand in the corner.
Yeah.
Eric wait for James shoot a 3.
Yeah.
Eric has more skills than that. Eric is showing that right now.
Yeah.
And for the most prior to this week, he's played every game. He's healthy enough to play every game this year. But one of the Rockets' biggest issues, and this is the main concern I've had with this roster, because of the injuries that John Wall has had previously, Vic has had previously, Boogie Cousins has had previously. They got to monitor their minutes. So these guys are not capable of being cleared to play both games of back-to-backs. So that disrupts the rotation. That disrupts the consistency, the chemistry. Eric Gordon starts one game, comes off the bench another game. Vic plays one game, doesn't play one game. John plays one game, doesn't play. How are you going to develop chemistry?
Right.
Game in, game out, if you aren't cleared to play medically to play back-to-backs. That disrupts everybody. And everybody who's watched the Rockets this year sees how different they are when John Wall is not in the game.
Yeah.
It's like night and day. The offense just almost bogs down when especially if John Wall and Eric aren't playing.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. Global Tax bringing us this segment. I want to come back with Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review. Definitely hit him up, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me, 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break. It's Black History Month and Throwback Thursday. Again, Global One Tax bringing us this segment of the lunch break.
Baby, I got your money. Are you looking for a tax company that will get you the maximum credits and deductions, or a tax company that can get you a same-day loan up to $9,500? Well, Global One Tax Services on 6002 Antoine Drive is the tax company that is dedicated to getting you your maximum refund. Call us for an appointment or for our mobile services. That's right, Global One Tax is now mobile. Now, you don't have to leave your home. Call 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. Get your full return. You deserve it. You've earned it. Global One Tax Services. Get ready. Get set. Go global.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right. The lunch break will make you jump right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. Got my brother like no other, Kris Gardner from Houston Roundball Review. Talking about them Houston Rockets. Christian Wood, how long is he going to be out? What are we talking about? Another couple of days? When do we get the big man back?
The initial release said he'll be evaluated on a weekly basis.
Okay.
So at least this would be the first week. At least another one. We'll see how he checks out. The ankle checks out, I guess, tomorrow, and go from there.
Yeah. I've been kind of patient, if you will, with the Rockets. I haven't been too up, too down, even with the 6-gamer. All I said was I love the atmosphere. I love the way the guys are playing. You know, even on the games they don't win, you still see a different kind of. I'll take the New Orleans game as an exception. About mid-March, should we start to, I don't want to say panic, but should we start to be definitive about what this team isn't or is or isn't, knowing that the trade deadline is March 25th? What do you think?
And the All-Star break is March 5th through 10th. It depends on your expectations. Every team is dealing with COVID, health and safety protocols, games being postponed, players in and out of lineups. It depends on how those teams handle that.
Yeah.
The Rockets lost a big piece with Christian Wood out with the ankle injury. They don't have enough height on the team to overcome that lack of height against taller teams who utilize that height advantage. The Rockets, a 3-game slide. Coach Silas is juggling the lineup, shuffling things in and out, but they cannot afford, even with the every game every other day, to fall too far behind. They can't wait till March. They can't wait till late March, the second half of the season, when their schedule for the second half is released, to get things done, to turn things around. They got to get done now.
Yeah.
But the thing it really comes down to is, what are your expectations for this team? Mine were not high this year because of overall talent, because of previous injury histories. So I wasn't like some colleagues, Rockets scare the Lakers. This Rockets team will scare the Lakers in the first round matchup. Please. And now some colleagues are commenting and focusing on Kevin Porter in the G League. Really? Some of y'all were waving the Rockets flag on the 6-game streak, and now you're looking at Kevin Porter and next year? Which is it? I mean, come on now. I'm tossing them rocks, brother. I'm tossing them.
Yeah. I ain't mad at you, Dak. Notice I just got out the way. Those ain't for me. Let them throw them. Let them throw them. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. So you say, they got to do what they got to do now. Does Rafael make a move to get some more height and some more depth at the big man spot? What do you see them doing between now and the 25th?
I think it depends on how quickly Christian Wood can come back from the ankle injury. Because if he's out for the long haul, do you really want to mortgage the future this year for the sake of what could be better next year? Okay. Eric Gordon way he's playing this year, might be best time to trade him. He's playing great. You might get the most value, maximize what you can get in return for him, trading him this year. Other than that, PJ, and brother, answer me this. When did PJ's offense or lack of offense become such a big deal? He's never been a high scorer on the Rockets team. So why are folks making a big deal about that now?
Yeah.
He's been a defensive player. He's been a glue guy. That's who he is. He makes corner threes.
Right.
But PJ didn't score a lot of points today. And is that a news flash? Where have y'all been the last 5 years? Yeah. That's not his job on this team.
That's true. And myself included. I think what it is, when they see Jashawn Tate able to put some points in and play some defense and kind of, bully there in certain instances, they feel like now PJ's got to do the same thing. While they have similarities, they're not the same players. And you're right. That's who PJ Tucker has been since he's been on this team.
And I did say early in the season, very early preseason, that I thought Jay-Sean was PJ 2.0. Nope. Yeah. Different kind of player completely. Yeah. Jay-Sean has more offense to his game than PJ does.
Yeah.
But PJ has more experience playing defense and handling. Jay-Sean has no fear. Let's be clear about that. He has no fear. But he does not have that experience. And why would he right now? He's a rookie, an NBA rookie.
Yeah.
I think we can see the future, and PJ is not part of it, and Jay-Sean is for the Rockets. I think we see that.
I think that's clear. Yeah, yep. I think that's clear. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on Black History Month and Throwback Thursday. If you had to label someone as a trade asset, I know you said Eric Gordon. Who else would be in that category? And then who would be untouchable for you?
Jashawn Tate, Christian Wood, John Wall. Untouchable. Daniel House, Eric Gordon, PJ, because of his contract, I think is up, and because of his veteran experience and his defense, you probably get something for him. And other guys, Sterling Brown, no. B. McLemore, no. I think Mason Jones has a bright future.
I do too.
Except when it comes to acting. You know what I'm talking about, right? That flop he got.
I do.
Oh my goodness, young fella, come on, man.
Leave Mason alone. Leave Mason alone. He was trying to act out he was trying to live his best life.
But he was a scorer in college. For this team, he needs to become more of a floor general and a passer first. Get his teammates involved first.
Okay.
Move the ball around first. Not all about you when you're on the floor.
Right.
Move the ball around. Get your teammates involved. Pass the ball. Get more assists.
Yeah.
That'll come with time. Hopefully, that'll come with time.
I got you. All right. Let's go down to U of H. They didn't drop as far as some thought that they would. I saw your analysis, with the different rankings that you tracked. You predicted that they wouldn't drop far, and they didn't. And they got back in the win column the other night. What's going on with the Cougs?
In the net, they were fourth, and the net is the NCAA's primary metric for tournament selection. So last week, before the loss to East Carolina, Houston was fourth. I thought, well, I didn't know. I was curious to see how far they would fall after that loss. They only fell to fifth.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise, a pleasant surprise. In the AP and USA Today polls, they fell from fifth to seventh in AP, eighth and seventh, something like that. So they didn't fall too far there either.
Right.
Which is a sign, I think, of people realizing that road games in conference are difficult. Also, that Houston, Coach Sampson and the program have established themselves as a legitimate nationally relevant team.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes teams lose on the road in conference play. That happens. Chances are it doesn't usually happen to I think at that point, last place team in the conference, but it does happen, especially when that team, ECU, shot lights out, shot over their heads.
Right.
That shot probably the best from three the entire season.
Yeah.
One of those nights, that happens. That's the thing about college basketball. It's not a series. The one and done. So tournament plays, one and done. You don't play to your culture, like Houston did not play the culture that night. You lose, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And the NCAA will have their first, if I can say this, brother, the first look at the tournament possibilities, selections this coming Saturday, I think 11 o'clock our time, 11:30 on CBS. You'll get an idea of the top seeds, top 2, 3, 4 seeds. You see where Houston's going to be in that line. And of course, Baylor and Gonzaga, clearly the best two teams in the country on the men's side. So you'll get an idea, an early look at the tournament projections this Saturday on CBS.
Got to check that out. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review with us on Throwback Thursday and the lunch break. What's the story with Baylor? I know they've shut down for a while because of everything going on COVID related. When can we expect to see them back on the court?
Unless they have a setback, hopefully soon, this weekend, maybe whatever the game is next week, but soon. And you see it. It's happening. It's hitting all the teams.
Yeah.
All over the country. This stuff is real, brother. It's real.
Yeah.
Memphis, Cincinnati game scheduled for tonight, postponed because Memphis is having COVID issues in their program. Memphis is supposed to play Houston this Sunday here in town. That game may not happen now on the 14th. And that's an ESPN game.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that game is postponed. COVID is real. Some folks choose to ignore it, but it's impacting everybody.
Everywhere.
Top teams, top tier teams, middle, lower, everybody is being impacted by this.
Yeah. Kris Gardner, help me identify the UT Longhorns. I'm a big Shaka Smart fan, and I thought they were rolling. And then, of course, he got hit with COVID. The team got hit with COVID. They stumbled, and they don't seem to have balanced themselves quite yet. Help me make sense of UT.
Inconsistent guard play. In college basketball, you have consistent play from your guards, game in, game out, good guard play. You got a shot to win every game. When your guards struggle from the floor, shooting the ball, turnovers, you're going to have problems. And you can see it. When Longhorns are successful, good guard play.
Yeah.
When the guards struggle, they struggle. But they got talent. They're playing hard for Shaka. And of course, when Shaka's first game out because of COVID, they lost.
Right.
Hey, man. But I think now, as of today, they are projected a little higher than U of H on the bracket line. Big 12, oh boy. Big 12 is loaded. I think I saw on CBS Sports on the 3 seed line, it was Houston, then Texas, Texas Tech, and West Virginia. That's 3 Big 12 schools and Houston.
Yeah.
And of course, Baylor's going to be in the 1 seed line.
Absolutely. I went off on your boy from Texas Tech. Chris Beard, is that his name?
Yes.
I went off on him. And I don't back off of one word. If he called up here with his little fiery self, he just got his fire against my fire. Bruh, I don't even know what to say. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
What did I miss? Please enlighten me.
So Chris Beard went off on the referees the other night and actually sat down on the floor on the court to kind of simulate what happened with one of the plays. They teed him up, they kicked him out of the game, and instead of him walking his behind off the court, he goes after the referees some more. Then he goes over and fist bump Bob Huggins. Then he goes back and goes after the referees some more. His coaches are having to separate him from the referees like a little child. I would have let him go because the bald-headed brother looked like he work out when he ain't when he's not reffing game. I would have let him go. Go get some if you want some. And then he finally jogs off the court to the cheering fans up there at Lubbock, and it's just embarrassing. If you're supposed to be a leader of young men, then you got to handle yourself. If you don't like the calls and you don't like what's going on, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with you expressing it. If you get teed up and get kicked out, get your behind off the court. But man, the way that they glorify the Chris Beards of the world and that numbskull coach up there at Michigan State, like they got some right to just be ignoramuses, it just blows my mind, and I'm sick of it, to be honest with you.
You don't like the bully head coaches anymore?
No, bro.
The Bob Knight era is dead for you.
It's dead in football, basketball. I ain't seen nobody go off like that in baseball. I wish they would have let Oliver go at Major Applewhite. Bruh, here go your hoodie. Come here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Get out of the way of him. You know, Jimbo Fisher grabbing people by their face masks. Tom Herman running out there after young men out on the football field. This dude, Chris Beard. Bro, let them go. Let them get some. Now, don't get mad when they get whooped. Don't get mad when they get checked. They ran for that. All that showing and all that other stuff. Don't get mad when they write a check that they behind can't cash. And that's what I felt like with Chris Beard last night. And, of course, they love him up in Lubbock.
Has Chris Beard apologized or made a statement since then for his actions?
Let me check.
I'm asking because, you know, like I said, this is new to me because I think this game was Tuesday.
Yeah.
This was when the Rockets were getting masked by the Pelicans, so that's what I was focusing on Tuesday night. But Chris Beard is intense, and it sounds like, based on your description, he went too far. So I'm curious if the Big 12 has issued a reprimand publicly for him and his actions.
Yeah, I don't see nothing.
When I was younger, I'll be honest, I love Bob Knight.
Hold on real quick. Chris Beard post-game, sometimes you got to fight for your players. So now he's a hero. He's fighting for his players.
Fighting for your players is good to a point. But refusing to leave the court and things like that, that's going too far. If he's going, especially if he's trying to challenge an official, that's not fighting for your players. That's ready to fight. That's different. That's two different things.
Trash. Just trash. I don't care how many Americans love them. Trash. They are bad examples of young men. I don't care what Draymond Green has to say good about Tom Izzo. Sometimes when people grow up in an environment, they don't realize there's something better until they get out of it. Tom Izzo is outdated. Chris Beard is a joke. They're embarrassments.
Hey, I hear you. You know, and the players' perspective is different, and you're right about that. So, you know, Draymond, there's many players that will defend ride or die with Coach Izzo. But there are many players, Wichita State, Greg Marshall, similar coach, similar fiery. But reports came out that he went too far with some of his players, went too far with an assistant coach. Greg Marshall out of a job.
Yeah.
So that acceptance of that behavior is waning. Because it used to be it used to be cool to be that fiery coach. It's no longer the case like that anymore.
Yeah.
Those times, that era has passed.
I grew up admiring Bobby Knight and his style of play. I said if either one of my boys, played major college basketball, it would be at Indiana under Bob Knight. And then one day I looked at it, I was like, that ain't right.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with basketball. And it has nothing to do with life. You're not gonna scare my child into behavior. You're just not gonna do it.
And that's where I've come along to that side of thinking. I wasn't like that younger. Maybe because I know any better. But that style of coaching, there's better ways to coach. And that's my take on it now.
Yeah, and I don't care how many wins and losses you have. It doesn't make you a good guy. It doesn't make you a good person. And I'm sorry.
Agreed.
We can rewrite history if we want to. Bob Knight, Tom Izzo, this Chris Beard, please. Nah, I'm good. I can take one more break, man. Let me get off my soapbox. Let me drink some water, calm myself down. We'll be right back with Kris Gardner here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Keith, I see your comments. I'll read those next right here on the lunch break. Again, African Imports got all your African attire for Black History Month. Masks as low as $4.99, dresses $39.99 and up, dashikis $29.99 for adults. And you can get ready for your upcoming Black History Month program at your organization, your school, or even if it's at virtual church by stopping by African Imports in the Greenspoint Mall. Tell them you heard it on KYOK. You'll get 10% off your purchases. 281-875-0056. That's 281-875-0056. African Imports bringing us this segment of the lunch break.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we are giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years.
Okay.
The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302.
This is hilarious. I gotta
That's
read this.
800-296-1302.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. And one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion. And they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, we're taking the shackles off our feet so we can dance. Just want to have some sports talk with my brother, Kris Gardner, like no other. Houston Roundball Review on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Hey, man, it's Black History Month. It's Throwback Thursday. Big Time Floyd said, hello, AJ, Kris, and the Breakers. Kris, will you explain to me how are certain players in the NBA unable to play back-to-back games using the load management excuse to call in sick? Are some games, are game checks reduced?
No. They still get paid the same. And John Wall was asked about, did he know or discuss was it discussed with him when he joined the Rockets that he would sit out games this season? He said yes. So it was already clear with him and the staff, medical staff, training staff, that he would not play in back-to-back games, at least the first half of the season. So as a competitor, he doesn't like it, but he understands it. It's better for him long-term because of coming off 2 years of surgeries and injuries. But yeah, it's tough on the team. It's tough on the coaching staff. But right now, that's where the Rockets are. It's one of the issues that they were going to face because of who they acquired, who they signed.
Yeah.
So risk was involved in that.
A lot of people don't realize what you just said, that it's 9 times out of 10, it's not the player requesting it. It's the team, the medical staff, the GM, coach coming together and saying, this is the best way to manage this player's minutes so that they're available to us when we need them the most, going into that. And then that has been shared with the player. And, what do they say? Okay, all right, I guess. But a lot of times we hear the players say after the game, I wish I could play. I'd be out there, what have you. A lot of folks don't realize it's the organizations that are setting it up this way.
But at times this year, John has said himself that he's learned to take care of his body better now than when he was younger. He's learned to listen to his body. Yeah. So he is going to risk his long-term career if he doesn't feel like he can play in a game. So he's come to that viewpoint. Because before, he told us he played with the Wizards with bone spurs in his ankle and knee for years.
Yeah.
He toughed it out. Yeah. And that was a mentality that all of us grew up with about players, pro players. Play hurt. You gotta play hurt. You're a pro. You're getting paid enough. Play hurt. That mentality has changed the last few years when you're realizing you're talking about livelihoods here. Just for a game, you can't play this game. Okay. Take care of yourself. Get yourself right so we can count on you come playoff time.
I know you are kind of a basketball historian like me. It wasn't long ago that Derrick Rose got vilified in Chicago with the Bulls because he made a statement, hey, man, I want to be able to, play with my children after this game is over, what have you. And folks just ate him alive, media, fans, you name it. And what happened? Shortly after that, he blew out his knee and literally has never been the same. Literally just right now getting back to, flashes of the guy that we remember from back in those days. And guess what? Nobody came and said, oh, he was right. Nobody came and said, man, I feel bad for the guy. It's almost like he's just a commodity. Oh, well, who's next? And, I'm happy for the guys who are trying to take care of themselves for the long haul of their lives and not just for our entertainment.
Exactly. And all I can do is take them at their word. Yeah. If they tell me they're not healthy enough to play, I got to trust them. I choose to believe they're not faking it. They're not just not collecting a check. That's what I choose to believe. Now, you come at me with some proof that they're faking it, then I'm going to light them up. But until I have that proof, if the medical staff is telling them, no, coach, they cannot play back-to-backs, we got to accept that. Yeah, and a team has to figure out a way to win without them. That's just where we are.
Hey, man, basketball question for you. Somebody was arguing me down that North Carolina Duke is the greatest rivalry in sports. I'm not even sure if it's the greatest rivalry in basketball.
In college basketball, what's better?
The North Carolina Duke?
Yeah. And then really what are we talking about? We're talking about impact on the top 25, a conference, heated rivalry, hatred. What? We're talking about what?
I don't know. It's just hard for me to say that's the best. I don't know.
Well, you kind of losing your own argument, man. You don't have something better to top it. I'm a Duke fan. Okay, let me
ask Chris Gardner when I talk to Chris. Is it the best rivalry?
Louisville, Kentucky is a heck of a rivalry too on the court.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, so I'm from those. Yeah.
Illinois, Missouri. They stopped playing for a while. That's a heated rivalry. Cincinnati, Xavier.
I was gonna say I'm from Cincinnati.
That's a heated rivalry.
And they'll fight for it. They'll fight
literally,
for it.
literally.
Yeah.
But Duke and Carolina, take this year out. Typically, that's a top 10, top 5 sometimes. Both teams are ranked every time they play. Typically. This year, no. But the other rivalries, Cincinnati, Xavier, that's not always the case. Missouri, Illinois, not always the case. That's why I was asking you some specifics on what you are going to what makes a best rivalry for you?
Okay. All right.
TSU Prairie View is a great rivalry.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries within conference play, but on the national landscape, Duke NC, because some years the winners of those games won national championships. So that's a little extra involved in it too.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. So college basketball is definitely Duke and North Carolina. Give me best rivalry. Huh?
In my opinion.
In your opinion. I got you. Give me best rivalry all time, any sport.
Ooh. Growing up, it was the Washington team and the Cowgirls.
Okay.
And if you can tell based on how I refer to the Dallas team, what fan of those two that I was.
Yeah. I got you.
Those rivalries, you know, to me, because I was a fan of the Washington franchise. I was a fan of Joe Theismann, John Riggins, Joe Gibbs, Doug Williams, the Smurfs, Dexter Manley, Charles Mann, the Hogs. I grew up with that. And as growing up as a kid, and yes, I'm from Houston, all that stuff. I know all that. But the reason I became a fan of the Washington football team was because of the rivalry with the Dallas team. Because when I was 8, 9, 10, I was an Oilers fan. Houston hates Dallas. Period. But then I realized Oilers and the Cowgirls don't play every year.
Right.
Dallas plays Washington in the regular season, of course. Dallas plays Washington 2 times a year. Then I learned, okay, I don't like them. Dallas doesn't like Houston. Washington doesn't like Dallas. I don't like Dallas. I'm going to become a Washington fan. And then I learned becoming friends with fans of Washington what Dallas week meant. You put it on the calendar. You check the calendar to see what time, when does Washington Dallas play? Okay, that is Dallas week. That's what it meant. And back in the day, the NFC East used to be great.
Right.
Used to be the best division in the NFL.
It was.
It wasn't even close. Now it's trash. But you know, and every game was a rivalry. You know, when a great division, every time those divisional opponents play, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, you know, rivalries. Houston, Indianapolis, Houston, Tennessee, rivals. But for me, Washington, Dallas tops everything else.
Okay. So that's what I think it is, more of where we grew up. Because biggest rivalry for me, and that's a huge one. That to me is number one in football. The biggest rivalry for me is Ohio State, Michigan, college football.
Yeah.
Biggest rivalry.
There.
Yeah. You know, and
even though Ohio State has smacked that behind for a long time.
Yeah. It's always about that scarlet and gray. It's always about that. But you know, when I think about Alabama, Auburn, when I think about Florida, Florida State, you know, when I think about Florida State, Miami, you know, USC and Notre Dame, USC and UCLA, there's natural rivalries all around the country. And believe it or not, before recently, a lot of folks didn't get out of their regions. A lot of folks didn't get out of their areas. So that natural rivalry where they were was the biggest thing going. But like you said, that Cowboys, Washington, that Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, Auburn, some of those rivalries. Look, the Celtics and the Lakers. I mean, you know, regardless of what the was on the line, when those two teams played each other, it meant something. It mattered. So
the Celtics and the Sixers.
So which one?
Boston and Philly.
Right.
Meant something. That
team that you hated to like. Yeah. You hated to like the Celtics with Bird and Ainge and Parrish and McHale and those guys. It was hard to do. Same thing with the Bad Boys. The Bad Boys and the Bulls used to be a real thing.
My squad, you know, couldn't stand the Bulls. Still can't. Whatever. Much respect to Mike, all of them. So what?
But you watched The Last Dance, didn't you?
Nope. I watched the one that talked about Detroit and the Bad Boys. I watched that one because I want to see how Mike was going to portray the Bad Boys. But other than that, nope, sure didn't. I am a Detroit Pistons fan till the day I die. I already told everybody I want my Bad Boys gear in my casket.
I got you. Let me give you this breaking news that one of my friends just posted. It's kind of funny. You'll appreciate it. Breaking. The NFL has just announced that all future Super Bowls will be played in Dallas to ensure that no team will ever get home field advantage again.
I'm all for that. Because Jerry Jones has done a masterful job of ruining a great franchise, a great football team. He's making that money, but that team stinks.
Brother, but again, he's in good company because the NFC East was horrible this year. And for everybody that's the Ron Rivera fan, let me tell you something. Off-field stuff aside, health issues aside, cancer treatment aside, the team was 7-9.
Yes,
I'm not
7-9 and won the division. Oh my goodness! If you'd have told young Kris that at 15 that a 7-9 record would win the NFC East, I'd have called the services to come get you. Ain't no way in the world, no way. But yep, 7-9.
I'm just saying. I a lot of love for Ron Rivera, a lot of respect for him. May he win his battle in life, but 7-9, bro. I just can't. I'm not giving it to you. I'm not.
Yep.
And they talking about him like they the juggernauts heading into next year. Come on, bro. Please, 7-9.
Well, in that division, they could be because the defense is young and talented.
Well,
but that owner's still there, and that's why I am still a fan of the team. But I wait for the day when the ownership changes.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, man, go and give everybody where they can find you and follow you and all your good stuff, man.
HoustonRoundballReview.com, www.HoustonRoundballReview.com, Houston Roundball Review on YouTube, Houston Roundball Review on Instagram. Twitter is a little bit different. There I am, the HR Review, THEHR Review on Twitter. Like I say, brother, been around since 1994. Houston Roundball Review, local name, national perspective.
Bro, we got to make sure more folks know about you because, like I said, you've been doing it for real for a long time. You got folks that just popped up day before yesterday, act like they own it. So, Kris, keep doing it, man. Keep doing it.
And getting treated like they own it.
Don't back down, bro. Don't back down. Dunk on everybody, all right?
Appreciate the love, brother, and support. Thank you, as always.
Love you too, bro. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care. Be safe.
All right, you too. Kris Gardner, y'all. And I mean it. Y'all give him some love. Follow him on all his social media sites, and y'all make sure y'all give him some love. Like you said, been doing it since 1994. Local name, national perspective. I love that. So, all right, let me get ready to go. Of course, if you need to get your taxes done, you can do them with Global One Tax Services. They want to be your tax preparer. They'll come to your home, or you can get your taxes prepared in other ways. Call Shannon Hinton, 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565 for Shannon Hinton, Global One Tax Services. I'm about to call her myself. And don't forget, African Imports has got all your fashions for Black History Month. Masks, $4.99. Kids dashikis, $14.99 and up. Adult dashikis, $29.99. Dresses, ladies, the beautiful African dresses, $39.99 and up right there at African Imports in the Greenspoint Mall. Tell them you heard it from AJ and KYOK. You'll get 10% off your purchases at African Imports. 281-875-0056. That's 281-875-0056. Let me get ready to go. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does it every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. Tomorrow, it'll be Freestyle Friday. Your boy will be in here cutting up tomorrow. So be sure to check it out. And then, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it, but wear your mask. Wash your hands, sanitize everything around you, be sensitive to everybody around you. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, but the racism. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. The first full day of arguments in the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump began with the presentation by lead House manager, Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin. He laid out plans to present facts proving that the attack on the Capitol was not happenstance, but culminated in the months-long planning by Insider-in-Chief Donald Trump. And Representative Stacey Plaskett of the Virgin Islands pointed out how Donald Trump spent months of cultivating his supporters, ultimately leading them to the Capitol. Researchers from Case Western University found that individuals suffering from dementia, specifically African Americans, are at an increased risk of becoming infected with COVID-19. The study revealed that among patients, African Americans had nearly 3 times the risk of being infected with the virus as white patients. Health experts believe increased contact with caregivers coupled with the symptoms of dementia may increase patients' risk of contracting COVID-19. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be impacted.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. I sure did. You know what the deal is. Not this, definitely this. I do. I love y'all. Nothing you can do about it. Winston-Salem State University. That's who we're repping today. 129 years old. That's who we're celebrating today in Black History Month. All right? Y'all stay blessed, stay safe. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Be warm.